A bathroom looks small on a floor plan, but it can hide more estimating decisions per square foot than almost any room in a remodel. Floor tile, shower tile, waterproofing, paint, trim, plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures, demolition, allowances, waste, and exclusions all compete for the same few dimensions. If you jump from room size to price, the total may look precise while the scope underneath it is still guesswork. In this walkthrough, I will take one owned synthetic bathroom plan from drawing to a reviewable estimate. The room is 8 feet by 10 feet. The plan includes a 4-foot calibration line, a 5x3 shower, a 3-foot vanity, 1 toilet, 1 door, and 1 window. The answer schedule stays separate until the measurements are finished. This drawing is for practice, not construction, and every price is a fixed quality assurance input, not current market pricing or a recommended bid. Step 1 is scope before measurement. Read the sheet title, revision, scale note, room dimensions, fixture tags, and scope boundary. For a real project, this is also where you check specifications, addenda, demolition notes, finish schedules, and field verification requirements. The question is not just what can I measure? The question is, what work am I responsible for pricing, and what evidence will another person need to review it? Step 2 is calibration. Do not trust a printed scale merely because it is written in the title block. Use a known dimension on the sheet. Here, the controlled calibration line is 4 feet. In Takeoff, calibration belongs to the source sheet, so a reviewer can see which reference created every measured quantity. If the drawing is distorted, not to scale, or missing a trustworthy dimension, stop and resolve that uncertainty instead of manufacturing precision. Step 3 is floor tile. The room is 8 feet by 10 feet, so the measured floor area is 80 square feet. That is the drawing fact. It is not yet the purchase quantity. The controlled floor tile assembly applies 10% material waste, which turns 80 measured square feet into 88 square feet to buy. Material is 88 times $5.75. Setting and grout material use the same 88 square feet at $1.20. Labor stays connected to the 80 square feet actually installed at $6.25. The controlled floor tile total is $1,111.60. This separation matters. If the layout changes, waste can change without changing the room measurement. If the supplier changes carton coverage, the purchase rule can change without redrawing the plan. Measured facts and estimating decisions should be connected, but they should not be collapsed into one unexplained number. Step 4 is shower wall tile. The back wall is 5 feet, and the 2 returns are 3 feet each. 5 plus 3 plus 3 gives 11 linear feet of tiled wall. At 7 feet high, the measured shower wall area is 77 square feet. 10% material waste creates an 84.7 square foot purchase quantity. The controlled tile, setting material, and labor total $1,694. Waterproofing and backer remain a separate assembly tied to the same 77 square foot source with their own material waste and labor. That controlled line is $617.93. Keeping those assemblies separate prevents 2 common mistakes: forgetting waterproofing because it is not visually prominent on the finish plan, or burying it inside a tile rate that nobody can audit later. It also makes alternates easier. A different tile can change the finish material without erasing the reviewed wall geometry or the waterproofing scope. Step 5 is painted wall area. The room perimeter is 36 linear feet. At 8 feet high, gross wall area is 288 square feet. Deduct the 3x7 door, which is 21 square feet, and the 3x3 window, which is 9. Then deduct the 77 square feet assigned to shower tile. The paint scope is 181 square feet. Notice what survived that calculation: perimeter, height, each opening, and tiled wall coverage. If the owner extends tile to the ceiling, you change the tile height and the paint deduction. You do not remeasure the entire room from memory. The formula shows where the result came from and which decision changed it. Step 6 is ceiling and base trim. Ceiling paint is another 80 square feet because the ceiling follows the 8x10 room footprint. Base trim starts with the 36-foot perimeter, then removes the 3-foot door, 5 feet behind the shower, and 3 feet behind the vanity. The result is 25 linear feet. The controlled trim assembly applies waste to material but keeps labor on the installed length. Step 7 is counts. The plan produces 1 interior door, 1 vanity, 1 toilet, and 1 shower assembly. The controlled fixture schedule also carries 1 mirror, 2 light fixtures, and 1 exhaust fan. Counts sound simple, but they are where scope quietly disappears. A symbol should create a named, reviewable item with a source tag, unit, note, and assembly. A reviewer should not need to guess whether one fixture price includes supply, installation, rough-in, trim, accessories, or disposal. The current Takeoff interface shown on screen uses a separate owned synthetic practice project so the controls remain legible, but the workflow is the same. Verify the sheet and scale, measure area, length, or count, label the scope, connect an assembly, and keep the result linked to its source. Step 8 is the direct cost. Using only the fixed quality assurance inputs on this tutorial schedule, demolition, protection, and haul total $1,820. The measured assemblies cover floor tile, shower tile, waterproofing, wall and ceiling paint, trim, the door, vanity, toilet, shower assembly, mirror, lights, and exhaust fan. Rounded at each controlled line, direct cost is $11,322.82. That number is not a market benchmark. Real pricing depends on geography, labor conditions, finish selections, subcontractor quotes, access, schedule, existing conditions, tax, permits, and risk. The value of the example is the visible chain from source geometry to quantity, assembly, cost input, and total. Replace the test inputs with your reviewed prices. Keep the chain. Step 9 is overhead, profit, and contingency. This controlled estimate adds 8% overhead, 10% profit, and 5% contingency as separate visible decisions. Overhead is $905.83. Profit is $1,132.28. Contingency is $566.14. The resulting controlled proposal total is $13,927.07. Whether your company applies markups by line, trade, subtotal, or risk category, make the rule visible. A total that nobody can explain is difficult to defend, difficult to revise, and impossible to improve intelligently. Reviewable pricing is not about exposing private margin to a customer. It is about preserving the internal logic your team needs to make a confident decision. Step 10 is communication. The proposal includes protection, demolition, floor and shower tile, waterproofing and backer, paint, base trim, fixtures, the door, cleanup, and punch. It excludes structural work, permits, hazardous material abatement, concealed condition repair, and owner design changes. Field dimensions and existing conditions must be verified before contracting. Those sentences are part of the estimate. A price without scope is not a clean handoff. The client needs to understand what the number means. The crew needs to understand what was carried. The next estimator needs to know which assumption created the total. Inclusions, exclusions, qualifications, alternates, and the next required decision are not decorative notes. They are how estimating knowledge moves efficiently. Step 11 is review. Reconnect each important estimate line to the plan, measurement, formula, and note. Challenge the scale. Challenge the waste. Challenge the opening deductions. Confirm every fixture. Check that measured quantities use the right unit and that purchase quantities do not silently replace drawing facts. Then compare the completed takeoff with the answer schedule. The target quantities are 80 square feet of floor tile, 77 square feet of shower wall tile, 181 square feet of painted wall, 80 square feet of ceiling, 25 linear feet of base, and the listed fixture counts. Step 12 is persistence. Save the reviewed assembly logic, waste rules, formula variables, scope notes, exclusions, and communication structure so the next bathroom estimate does not begin from zero. Reuse the logic, not blind certainty. Every new project still needs its own drawing review, calibration, field conditions, selections, and current costs. Persistence turns tribal knowledge into a starting point. Verification turns that starting point into precision. You can run this same discipline on the free owned practice plans linked below, then compare your results with their answer sheets. If your current workflow reaches the correct quantities and preserves enough evidence for review, revision, communication, and reuse, keep it. If the number keeps separating from the plan and the reasoning that created it, that is the problem. Takeoff Field Tools is built to solve.